Hello, welcome to my review channel. If you enjoy the content, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you won't miss any videos. Today, we continue with the series I Love Demon Venerable and My Female Apprentices Want to Kill Me, episode 14. In the stillness of the room, a dim light casts over Tu Tran's face. He cries out in agony, "It hurts, Master. It hurts so much." The wound on his shoulder is meticulously bandaged, yet the pain seems unbearable. Before him, Huangwet-Dung places her hand over his wound. A faint green energy emanates from her palm, flowing into his body. He opens his eyes, screaming in despair. "Master, you must avenge me. That pale blue bastard has humiliated me." Huangwet-Dung responds with a cold smile, her tone dripping with disdain. "You, a mere waste, dare to oppose Bai Qinglang." She smirks, continuing, "Bai Qinglang knows you're not dead. He's just pretending to overlook you." Her delicate yet strong hands begin to move, performing a special technique on his chest. "Master, what are you doing?" Tu Tran stutters, confusion flooding his mind. Huangwet-Dung sighs, her hands never ceasing their movements, the green energy spreading throughout the young man's body. "Don't move," she warns him sharply. "If you dare to act recklessly, I will personally cleanse you." Tu Tran grips the bed tightly, sweat pouring down his forehead, murmuring in fear. "It hurts. I understand now, Master." His voice grows softer, the weight of his realization settling in. Huangwet-Dung rose, her silhouette stretching in the dim light of the room. In 1 month, the selection for the sect leader would take place. Her voice, commanding and regal, echoed. "During this time, do not even think of tarnishing my reputation before the other disciples." Tu Tran lifted himself from the bed, his eyes glimmering with a flicker of hope. "Master, have you finally decided to contend for the position of sect leader?" Huangwet-Dung did not respond directly, instead offering a cold smile. Her gaze drifted towards the horizon, where a mysterious tower loomed in the night. "I seek the secrets of the Yinma Tower." Tu Tran furrowed his brows, surprised. The sect's forbidden ground, the Yinma Tower. "What do you want with those secrets?" With a sharp gaze, Huangwet-Dung stood silently in the room, as if weighing something of great importance. She turned to look out the window, where faint light filtered through the wooden frame. "There is a wicked one who has hidden something within the Yinma Tower. I will uncover their identity and learn of their sinister plots." The scene shifted to a tranquil, mountainous region, where the gentle chime of bells harmonized with the serene beauty of nature. Lin Am's voice resonated, breaking the stillness. Heng Wai stood beside her, a gentle yet sharp smile gracing her lips. "That wicked name has finally met their reckoning," she said, her eyes gleaming with satisfaction. "We should set off firecrackers to celebrate." Lin Am turned her gaze, her eyes wide with shock. The demon lord was gone. She frowned and questioned. "Master must have met his end, and with that, his sins have faded away. We should not continue to blame him." Suddenly, Hongyi's eyes widened, as if a realization had struck her. With a smile, Hongyi approached Lin Am, slinging an arm around her shoulder. "Hehe, perhaps we should join Tin Yi to build a tomb for him." Lin Am stood still, her eyes brimming with profound sorrow. "He wouldn't want to see me," she sighed. "In both this life and the last, I was never significant enough for him." Hongyi turned to gaze into Lin Am's shimmering eyes. Then from behind, a sweet voice chimed in, "Sister?" Lin Am turned around. "Tin Yi, you've arrived. What of that demon's corpse now?" Tin Yi looked up at her sister, hesitating to speak. "Sister, Master told me to remember you." Lin Am and the blue-haired woman froze in shock. Meanwhile, Tin Yi knelt on the ground, her head bowed, hands trembling slightly. Her soft voice echoed, "Sister, everything I needed to say has been said." Lin Am stood in front, hand on her forehead. "He's not dead yet. He's still facing the schemes of Tu Tran perfectly," she muttered, a mixture of astonishment, fear, and disbelief in her tone. Heng Wai rushed to support Lin Am. Tin Yi panicked. "Sister, what has happened?" "Calm down. Your sister has been possessed by a ghost long ago," the blue-haired girl explained. Lin Am shouted furiously, "Silence!" Her voice sliced through the air like a sharp blade. "Hongyi, do not say another word." Lin Am lowered her head, her face filled with worry and confusion. "Why does Tin Yi seek me? Does he know I was the one who stabbed him in the back? Does he want me to come to my doom?" Tin Yi hurriedly shook her head, her voice filled with urgency. No, I never mentioned anything about second sister to our master," she explained, her eyes sincere. Master only invited second sister to Uling Cave for a meal, saying he wanted her to enjoy his culinary skills. Linum and Hongwei froze, their bodies stiffening in shock. Hongwei exclaimed, "What?" her face clearly displaying astonishment and concern. Hongwei immediately stepped forward. "Linum, you mustn't go." Her voice was filled with anxiety, but Linum replied, "No, I must go." Linum stared straight ahead, her gaze resolute and unwavering. "Does Master intend to use me as a puppet, thinking I can be manipulated like my junior Shirni? Ever since I learned the truth about the poison bug, I will never trust him again. Absolutely not." The rage within her burned like an unquenchable fire, consuming all lingering doubts. The scene shifted to a dark tunnel, where flickering light from dim torches illuminated the rough stone walls. Linam and Tin Ni approached a large red door, where their master awaited. Tin Ni smiled brightly at Linam. "Second sister, Master is waiting for you inside. How fortunate you are to have such a private moment with him." Her words were both heartfelt and somewhat naive. Linum stood before the door, her gaze resolute yet tinged with tension. At this hour, there was no turning back. As she stepped inside, Linam beheld her master seated at the table, a meticulously prepared meal laid out before him. She reassured herself, "I have no reason to avoid him." Linam knelt before Bak Thang Lung, bowing respectfully. "Grand Master, guardian of the main hall, Fudai, I pay my respects to you." In her heart, she thought, "Bak Thang Lung, are you truly so at ease?" Bak Thang Lung spoke, his voice calm. "I know you seek me, but you don't need my help." He slowly rose, advancing towards Lingum. "For years, you have kept your distance. Now you come to see me." Standing beside the dining table, Bak Thang Lungshang's sharp gaze bore into Lingum. His cold voice echoed, "You show me no respect at all. You won't even call me master." Linum, upon hearing this, raised her head and said, "Master." Bak Thang Lung's eyes locked onto hers. "It's time for you to demonstrate your loyalty," he said, slowly approaching her. "Come, bathe with me." Linam's eyes widened, brimming with worry and doubt. Sweat began to trickle down her temples, fear and tension swirling within her.